The start of a brand new week. Just 15 races remaining, and starts with race 85 today. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. Ooh, let's do a quick pan down this course. A couple of swatters, some side to side. Ooh, a lot of side to side here, very slalomy. Not sure what that section is, but it looks diabolical. We've got the swatter back, the battering ram. Hey, ram. Oh yeah, that section right there. Look at all the ice. So I presume, at least, that those are magnets. There's ball bearings ready to trip. Who knows what we are about to see? I can tell you that what we see right there is a rather lonely-looking starting grid, because there's just not that many teams that are left who will survive this week. Off we go, up that snowplow, and some of them are thrown backwards. The Purple Rockets were one of them. They went really high, almost back to the start-finish line. Ghost Marble has been triggered. Oceanics, Limers, Mellow Yellow, they're the ones leading the way. That's a large ball bearing, and oh, that is tricky. Right there through a narrow opening, and then a fidget spinner also at a pinch point. Ouch! Getting sent backwards. That looked like the Purple Rockets once again. Sprung off the spring. Nobody gonna hit that bell. Doesn't sound too bad, but look at these. When they quiver, I can imagine if you had a fuller field, that effect would be quite pronounced. We still may see some action by the end of this week, however. Remember, this is the Marble's first time coming down this course. They are seeing it as they're running through it. Rolling on down, underneath the battering ram. The first team is through, second and third team, plus the Ghost Marble. Back 3 teams there, plus another one. Whoa, Raspberry Racers are absolutely flying. That gave them several positions that they would not have had otherwise. Look at the speed of everybody else coming across the line compared to there. Whoa. Good finish also by the Chocolatiers, it looked like. Yes, second for their captain. Swax for the Bumblebees gets the win. Raspberry Racers, they are streaking across in third place in front of the Oceanics. It's Mellow Yellow and Team Primary. A bit of a gap back to the latter of those two. Their captain, Arup, only netting 1 point. 8 teams. That's all that's left. This is race 1 of 4, interestingly. So we are switching things up just a bit this week. First half, at least, appears to be 13A, and presumably there will be a 13B after this one, too. Well, what will the rest of this week hold? You will have to subscribe and stay tuned to find out. One race down in a modified short week where the rules have changed as we get down to the end of the Marble Survival 100. Hey, everybody. I'm Greg Woods. 4 races constitute this week, if you will, before our next elimination. That means that after these 4 races that started yesterday, the last place marble will be eliminated. That is why we talk about this as week 13A, and then we'll have a week 13B. There you see our current standings. The Bumblebee Swax got the win yesterday in front of the Chocolatiers and Raspberry Racers. It is Team Primary in last, but Mellow Yellow, Purple Rockets, basically anybody in the single digits, is still in danger. There are our remaining competitors, knowing now that the time is coming, the time is limited, that this could be their time. Oh, a little bit of movement there from the Chocolatiers prior to the start. That was only lateral movement. It was not forward, of course, because they are held in that start-finish line, but I wonder what that marble thought just before they were released. Past that pinch point there. Raspberry Racers briefly caught on these spinning spiders. There goes that big ball bearing. Oh man, that is such a tricky place for that to happen. Solid hit there. Who was that? Was that Team Primary that was sent backwards twice? Is it going to happen again? Meanwhile, down at the front of the field, Mellow Yellow is caught on that trigger, and somehow, as it trips, they were not thrown backwards. That distinction went to the Limers. And now, somehow, Team Primary have gotten in front of them. That is incredible recovery by Team Primary. past this chute with so many of these perilous magnets and ball bearings that'll send marbles backwards. Team Primary is recovering beautifully now into second place. They're trying to track down the bumblebees. Purple Rockets on the high line. They move into second place underneath the battering ram. Purple Rockets get hit backwards. Anybody else? Can't really tell there. Oh, it's a collision across the line. Team Primary somehow has come from behind, and if not won this race in a photo finish, they've gotten second place at worst. Let's take a look here. No, it wasn't as close as that other angle made it look. But what a recovery after solid hits from the fidget spinner. Team Primary to net 11 points and flip the script from yesterday. They now move into second position behind the Bumblebees, who are 6 points clear, but those 12 points are the same as Chocolatiers and Purple Rockets. It's Mellow Yellow who moves back into last place with only 2 events remaining before the next cut point. We are in the 80s for number of races now, and this will of course change a bit as we get into the final rounds. Oceanics, Limers, Raspberry Racers, I wonder if they're feeling a little bit of the heat yet, but so far it's Bumblebees at the point. Team Primary with a great redemption arc from start to finish here in race 86. Two races remain this week before our next elimination. It'll only be 1 marble this time. However, you have half the time to make your moves. Who will do just that today here in race 87? Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. This is the Marble Survival 100. We are nearing that 100 mark. It's in the distance. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. For some marbles, though, we only have a few races left. One of them will only have today and tomorrow. Right now, Mellow Yellow sit at the bottom of the standings. The Limers are just a couple of points clear of them. Oceanics are back there. It's Bumblebees and Team Primary leading the way, with Chocolatiers and Purple Rockets tied with Team Primary for second place. Down they come! It's amazing to think that it wasn't that long ago when that whole start-finish line was full. Now just 8 competitors. It's Raspberry Racers taking their time in last. Team Primary is back there, bumping off of that yellow pyramid. Mellow Yellow goes into last place only briefly. There goes that ball bearing. It's swinging around in a circle this time. The fidget spinner was not kind yesterday. This time Oceanics get a couple of hits. Raspberry Racers, they maneuver around it ever so subtly. The 2 yellow marbles, Mellow Yellow and Bumblebees, they get past that spring and now work their way down toward the bell. Raspberry Racers trying to pick up the pace. They've got a bit of a gap back to Oceanics and Chocolatiers, the latter of whom moves in front of the former. Down here by the swatter, I don't know that it's been triggered so far this week. 2 brief hits there from Purple Rockets. Oh, there it goes. And from the Bumblebees. Team Primary around that top line. It worked well for them the other day. Just yesterday. Underneath the battering ram. Half of our field have already gone through it. Will it be triggered this time? No, it does not appear so. Across the line, everybody comes. That last place battle is still going on between Oceanics and Limers across the line. That one's too close to call, I think. Mellow Yellow gets the win. Officially, Slime Lime gets ahead of C. See if we get the replay here. Very close. You could tell from this angle by a nose. And Bumblebees are officially safe. They will move into the second half of Week 13. But tomorrow constitutes an elimination day for 1 marble. Right now it's Limers trailing everybody by 3 points. Purple Rockets, they hope to get safe with a good finish tomorrow. Team Primary, Chocolatiers, Mellow Yellow, they are all in the mid-pack. And sometimes that's where you want to be, but when the weeks get shortened to 4 races, there's not a lot of time to think and crunch numbers. How will Slime Lime respond tomorrow? Who will find themselves eliminated just 12 races short of the Marble Survival 100 Championship. It is Elimination Day, and oddly, no, this is not on a Sunday. I know, it's weird, right? Well, in the final few races of the Marble Survival 100, the rules change slightly, and we only have a 4-race stretch before we eliminate the last place marble from the standings. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. This is race 88. And right now, a couple of teams that are feeling the heat down at the bottom of the standings. Only one team, that's the Bumblebees, are safe. But Limers are in last, Oceanics 3 points in front of them, Raspberry Racers a further 3 points in front of them, along with Mellow Yellow. They are all in danger. Chocolatiers, Primary, Purple Rockets, only the Bumblebees will move on to the second half of this week. But for one marble, this is their final run after an incredible number of races. Who will come up just short? And we are racing to survive once more. Oceanics, Raspberry Racers, they take the wide route to get there. They drop on through. Bumblebees, they are flirting with last place, but that's okay. They don't mind that at all. Team Primary, they are back there as well. Raspberry Racers work through and get to the high line. Here comes that very large ball bearing. Oh, 2 glances off of the fidget spinner trigger. It finally goes, but most of the field is past. It is Mellow Yellow leading the way, and that is exactly what they need to do to keep racing. Takes a little bit longer, and just like that, they fall to third to last right now. Raspberry Racers, they trail everybody else. Bumblebees, they are in the hunt for the win here. Great pathway through that chute by Team Primary. The yellow by the Gauss arrow. It's been bumped slightly. It has not been triggered. Oceanics, Limers are back there. Here comes Team Primary underneath the battering ram. Will that device go off? First few are past. It is Raspberry Racers and the Limers at the back of the field. Oceanics will cross the line and win. Chocolatiers are right there as well with the Bumblebees. No battering ram for this elimination race. And Limers will come across in last, just in front of the Ghost Marble. We do have a DNF. It's the Purple Rockets. They are stuck in the magnet chute. And what will this do to the standings? We also had Team Primary get stuck. Is that them on the bottom of the screen right down there? Oh my gosh, I think it is. The team that was in third place coming into today. And so, the Limers are eliminated. Team Primary survives a 0, and they just make it by. Bumblebees win the half week in front of Mellow Yellow and Chocolatiers. But the Limers reserve Slime Lime will go no further. 7 teams remain, and we are knocking on the door of the 90s for races. Scores reset tomorrow. We do it all over again, but not before we say goodbye and well done to the Limers. Back for race 89 in the Marble Survival 100. Yes, we are almost to the final 10 races. Now, we just saw a 4-race elimination stretch. We're going to do that again, starting right here. 89, 90, 91, and 92 will be the stretch where we will run 4 races and eliminate the last-placed marble from there. In the final 4 races, that's where we will transition to single-race elimination. The last-placed marble in each of those will be eliminated until we have a champion. Starters in the blocks, there's just 7 of them now. Down we come on the race to survive. It is Oceanics getting off into the distance. Bumblebees trailing back there along with Mellow Yellow, but the field's still fairly close. It is very early days, so to speak. In between the spinning spiders, now past that ball bearing that is already sitting on that cone. There go the fidget spinner, but I think everybody is past. Mellow Yellow on that centermost wave. Gets around that spring, and that actually is a slower pathway. Chocolatiers and the Oceanics take a different line past that bell shortly thereafter, and they are off into the lead down this chute of the magnets and the ball bearings. Bumblebees doing a great job knocking down the swatter. They've got the lead. Oceanics, Chocolatiers, they make a good push on the far side, and they take over the top spot as we come into the battering ram. A couple of nudges on it. Our first 3 or 4 are through. Will it fall for our remaining marbles? Raspberry Racers come through last, and it does not appear so. Taking a little bit of time here is the Raspberry Racers representative across the line behind the Ghost Marble. But this race is in the books. Chocolatiers get the win over the Oceanics and Mellow Yellow. Bumblebees come next before Team Primary, Purple Rockets, and Raspberry Racers. 10 points now the max offering for those at the top. And so we see. As they stand, so as the points go. Just 4 races here in Week 13B for these 7 survivors. Not a lot of time to make amends if you are Purple Rockets or Raspberry Racers, Team Primary down there, but as we've seen so many times, it's normally easy to have a very good race that can get you out of elimination, but this late in the game, you have to be thinking about exhaustion. Who will have the stamina to make it to the end? Stay tuned and find out. Hey everybody, the 90s are back! Well, or maybe here for the first time in the case of the Marble Survival 100. I'll let you decide whether you're rejoicing that fact or mourning it, but for those who are in the stands and myself up in the commentary box, this is exciting. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. The end is in sight, but there's still so much that needs to happen before we can whittle ourselves down to a single champion in the Marble Survival 100. Can you believe we've been at this for 89 races? And today, we hit the big 9-0. Chocolatiers won the first race of this half week. Remember, 4 races until we reach the next elimination point of the last place marble. Oceanics are close. Those two are sitting side by side in the starting gate. After this race, we'll be halfway through this half week. Who will find themselves victorious? Down we come, marbles splayed wide. It's Raspberry Racers in last by a couple of bumps of these pyramids and triangles. Chocolatiers lead the way. Purple Rockets are over there. They get a helping shove from Team Primary. And then Bumblebees shoots up the middle to take top spot. Now they knock that ball bearing forward and head down to the fidget spinner. So many marbles are right there against it, but managed to come away unscathed. The same cannot be said for Raspberry Racers, the Limers, and the Ghost Marble. That spring sprongs the Chocolatiers to the side. Purple Rockets were leading the way. Mellow Yellow is now off the back of the pack. Well in front of the Ghost Marble, however. It's Raspberry Racers in front of them. Team Primary and the Bumblebees go underneath the swatter, hit the Gauss arrow, and it nudges them backwards. And that lets the Purple Rockets and the Chocolatiers close up ever so slightly. Here we come underneath the battering ram. Is it going to trigger today? We've gotten lucky the last couple of rounds. And no, I don't think so. Bumblebees will win the race in front of Purple Rockets. Oceanics, I think, pipped the representative from Team Primary across the line. Arab just a nose behind, I believe. Yes, Oceanics got him. Then it's Chocolatiers, Mellow Yellow, and Raspberry Racers. That was a good race. And thankfully, we've been able to say that several times over the course of this tournament. I know some people were worried that as we got later in with fewer competitors, we may not be able to say that as much, but that has not been the case at all. Well, of course, now that we are 2 races in, that means we are halfway through the week. How many will be safe after the next round, race 3 of 4 in this half week, and how many will still find themselves in danger. You are running out of time quick if you hope to make amends and make it into the final 10 races of this 100-race tournament. You've made it 90% of the way. Can you get the final 10? There's been so much talk lately as we get into race 91 of the Marble Survival 100 about exhaustion, about endurance. Do these marbles have it in them to reach the 100 race mark? And if they do, are they going to get themselves tripped up between now and then? Yes, these marbles put themselves through so much to do these races, but everything they do it for you, the fans. Thank you for supporting us this far along the way. Race 91 sees the Bumblebees leading over the Oceanics in the standings. Chocolatiers, Purple Rockets come next. Mellow Yellow, Team Primary, and Raspberry Racers, 2 straight last-place finishes, nets them a total of 2 points. That is not where they want to be. 5 back of Team Primary. We've seen the way that this course is laid out. Great moves can be made, and advantages can be gained. Who will do it today? Off we go in the race to survive. Team Primary first onto that blue pyramid, but they've fallen back now. It is Bumblebees in last, bumping up against the Oceanics. Mellow Yellow takes a shot from the Purple Rockets. Now they are battling with Team Primary. Oceanics go to last past that pinch point. Now down onto the ball bearing that swings around and for the most part doesn't do too much damage, but Team Primary gets hit by it. And 2 solid ones from the fidget spinner to the Purple Rockets. High line to low line difference being illustrated there. Oceanics, the benefactors. Mellow Yellows, they go down the magnet chute. Nudging them, trying to keep going. Bumblebees, a pretty good lead for now, but this is where it often starts to evaporate for marbles that are making their moves. Mellow Yellow and Oceanics, they come up against the Gauss Arrow. Oceanics hit Purple Rockets, who have now taken the lead as they come down here underneath the battering ram. It's been waiting to go. Will it today? Doesn't look like it. Across the line, Bumblebees get it. As we wait and see our final finishers, hey, Raspberry Racers avoid another last place finish. Instead, that dishonor will go to Team Primary. Look at the speed difference there. Wow, that would have been even more pronounced had the Purple Rockets not hit on that wooden block at the start-finish line. And it's Swax getting the win over Bonbon and Saucer. What does this do for our overall standings? 4 of the teams are safe. 3 at the bottom, they are not, with 1 race left to go in this half week. After tomorrow, we will be down to 6 competitors. We'll have 1 more round of a 4-race elimination, and then for the final 4 races of the entire 100-race tournament, they will be single eliminations. Last place marble is out after each race. After that, we crown a champion. Will it be your favorite? You'll have to find out. Race 92 marks the 4th race of the 4-race week before our next elimination, which means that after this one, for one of our competitors, it will be the end of the road. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. This course has given us some interesting racing lines. It hasn't been as punishing physically as some of the iterations of this course in the past. It can still deliver some wax, and I tell you, that battering ram down there is itching for a fight. It is ready to go, and it just has not been tripped nearly as often as we thought. Mellow Yellow, Team Primary, and Raspberry Racers, they are in danger. They are the teams that will be watching for this one. It is a 5-point difference from the top to the bottom of those 3 who are in danger. Who comes out unscathed after this one? Down we come for one more time. It's race 92.
Team Primary was at the back. Now Chocolatiers and Raspberry Racers, they are back there. They nudge into each other. Primary and Mellow Yellow are the two up ahead. They go to opposite sides and then get mixed up as the Bumblebees come back. Several working their way already down past the fidget spinner. Oh, solid impacts for Mellow Yellow and Bumblebees. Bumblebees might have gotten a second one as well, just as we switched cameras. That spring rather ineffective, but the outside line there certainly is not. As they come past the bell, it's Purple Rockets leading the way. Primary slots into second place. Oceanics gets shoved to the side by Mellow Yellow. Then it's Raspberry Racers trailing off the back. We've got Bumblebees behind the Chocolatiers. We hear those ball bearings. We hear the snappers. The swatter fell down. That was the large snap you heard. And it's Team Primary out in front. Purple Rockets to the top side. Underneath the battering ram they go. Will it trigger this time? No, but Purple Rockets take a great line through that final sector. They win the race in front of the Oceanics. Primary across the line next. Then it is Mellow Yellow, taking a long way to get through it. There the battering ram goes, but I'm not sure that it delivered too many hits. And farther on back there is the Bumblebees Swax. Over the line. This was the view at the finish. Speed differences there. Take that high speed versus this line. Just going, it's never good when you're going parallel to the finish line in a timed race with others for elimination. Saucer gets the win over C and Arup, then Yella, Resi, Bonbon, and Swax. What does this do for the points? It means the Raspberry Racers are out. Congratulations to the Bumblebees for winning this half week over the Chocolatiers and the Oceanics. They are not only our podium finishers, they are of course safe to go into the next and final 4-race stretch of elimination. Then, the final 4 races overall are single marble elimination. Last place finisher is done. We are getting oh so close now. 8 races remain. Raspberry Racers came up just short for everybody else you see there. Their hopes of capturing the Marble Survival 100 inaugural championship are still alive.